I'm going to run through the Blox weather upload process. There's a couple little things here that are different than the upload process you've learned for stories that'll end up in that featured section or just our regular nightly news section. But overall, the system's more or less the same. Rule of thumb here, if you want to start counting yourself, after you've written the material, you should be able to get the content from YouTube linked onto Blox in under 2 minutes for sure. I think when I'm really cooking, I can do it under a minute. But anyway, let's go ahead and run through it here really fast, right? So I'm going to go in. I've already logged into Blox. I'm going to get into the editorial section here, go over to assets. And the way I like to start here is by creating a new asset, and I start with the article asset. Back here, I have the last weather story that ran before we took a break to train the new staff. And just a point here, a couple things to think about here. When there's weather especially, but just in general, weather is very popular. If there's incoming weather like we had when this went up, we're going to get a lot of page views or video views. This is no exception whatsoever. We've had tons of video views here. So all in all, weather is one of our most important kind of standard features that run. So anyway, again, when you're doing this, remember, work with two browsers. I prefer a desktop computer. If you're on your laptop, that's fine. But definitely open two browsers so you can click back and forth from one to the other. Here I'm in Blox, which is on Safari, and here I'm over in YouTube, which is set up for NAZ Today. Lots of different reasons I do that. One thing, I'm logged in as NAZ Today here, so it defaults and remembers that. And over here in Safari, I use all my own stuff, so everything defaults and remembers me there as Jerry Thal. But anyway, I've written my content. I want to get this posted. I've already started my article asset. I'm going to start with posting in this headline. Type it in here to the title. Boom, there you go. And I'm going to add my section. Now for us, we just go with weather for this. So definitely don't do anything else. Weather is always just weather. It has its own special spot on the home page, which is above the fold, so everybody's going to see it. So go ahead and click add that section. And just like with anything else, we do not flag the article asset ever. But we're going to go next door here and we're going to create the child asset. And this will be our embedded YouTube video. So I click on that right there. And I already have, oops, I'm going to click over here and get my URL. Come over here, you click on this set video ID and this window comes up. Paste it in, execute. Boom, it's in there. Okay. Again, tag is weather. That puts it in the special weather section. And for weather, everything else I've told you to flag, so it ends up in that featured section. Weather we don't flag. It's got its own spot. Okay. So there you go. The next thing I want to do is get my copy. So in there. Another good trick, if you haven't started doing this, I was watching over somebody's shoulder the other day and noticed she was doing this. To copy and paste, just select all and use the keystroke commands. You don't need to right click and scroll down and get the copy button, right? That's just a pain. On a Mac, that's Command C. On a PC, it's Control C. And so you just highlight and collect, hit that keystroke command, and then to paste it, again for a Mac, Command V, for a PC, Control C, or V as in Victor. And boom, that's up, right? So I'm done. I'm not going to publish this right now. We always default to do not publish, so before you're done, you want to make sure you unclick that. Then all you have to do is save and close. This one's all set up, all tagged properly, everything's going fine. Just one more thing to do. Paste that in. Again, when you're on real world here, you're going to click do not click. And then save and close. And that is done. So let's take a look here and just do this at full speed. I'm going to pull up my timer here and set it for me. and I'm going to create a new one, and I just want to see how fast I can get this done. Where's my clock? I'm looking at my phone right now, just so you know. Anyway, I got this up. Here's my stopwatch. Start. Okay. So, new asset. Article. Click my headline. Paste. Sections. Weather. Flags. None. Related. Get my YouTube asset. Go back here. Select all that. Set my video ID. Set video ID. Boom. Add sections. Weather. I'm not going to flag this one. Get my story copy. Paste it in. Real world, I unclick that. Not doing that now. Save and close. Go in here. Click. Unclick that. Real world. Save and close. I'm done. Yeah, 56 seconds. So it can be done under a minute. You want to probably shoot for 2 minutes. You know, if you're taking 2 or more minutes on this stuff, you're taking too long. Most of your effort should be going into writing this content and making it good. That's where the majority of your time is going to go. The other thing that you're going to spend a good amount of time on is your social media sharing. We're going to worry about that next week. But that's about it. That's all you got to do.